hello, darling, and welcome to the Just Jax podcast. Hi, I'm Jax, and I help you find the can in your cat. When we challenge our cats, miracles happen, because when I challenged mine of I can't draw, I can't paint, and I can't color, imagine my surprise when I discovered what I can do is create a 21-foot garden mural that was recently featured not once but twice on the front page of our local newspaper. Next up, I challenge the I'm no author, no artist, and no cursive writing specialist, but what I can do is self-publish 3 books for my kick-ass cursive writing curriculum, Crack the Cursive Code. I'm a jack of all trades, but what I master in is helping ordinary people like me to do extraordinary things through laughter, tears, life-changing stories, because metaphors are my jam. Together we can find the can in your can'ts, the do's in your don'ts, and the wills in your won'ts. I'm so excited for you. Let's go. Well, hello, darling. Welcome back to the Just Jax podcast. Hi, I'm Jax. And if you're new here, this is episode 3 of the 3 little 3-letter words that will change your life. The first little word was huh, H-U-H. And from huh, you get is the beginning of every breakthrough, because Einstein said it best. You can't change your problem with the thinking that created it. So in order to change your problem, you have to change your thinking. And that all begins with that little word, huh. I never thought of it like that. Or, wow, look at that. Something like that that has you stop dead in your tracks and decide whether or not you want to explore and be open to more ways of thinking, or whether or not you just want to continue thinking the way you are now. It gives you the power, the moment of choice. Next came the word can, and can is a feel good. It's a real feel good word. It gives you that, ooh, I can do it type of feeling. It comes from courage and context, as we learned in the story that I use of David and Goliath, where David stacked up all his strengths and he was able to use what he knew best to tackle the giant in his life. Now, lovelies, the most powerful 3-letter word in my mind, because we fail to see how this one little word cancels everything in our life. If you put this little word in front of anything we want, desire, need, hope, love, anything, you put this word in front of it and it is no longer ours. And this word also is so powerful. One of the few words that can hide from our subconscious mind. And you want to know what that word is? And the word is not. N-O-T. And I know you're tied up in it. And I know for a fact, if you're anything like me, the majority of the words that you use all use the word not in it. And then we wonder why our lives are shit. Well, because we are all so tied up in knots. How many times do you, when you speak about things, do you speak about things in the now or the positive? And even in the neutral, I am so used to speaking in a not language. I don't want this. I can't do that. He doesn't want this. He won't do that. This isn't what I want. Or we talk about things that are not happening instead of the things that are. How many things are you focusing on what's not happening, what's not there, what we're not getting? And why are we anxious and depressed is because we're looking at all the things that we're not and what we don't have. All the things we can't have, we won't have. And how about the real sneaky ones like stupid? That's not smart. Poor, that's not rich. Sick, that's not healthy. Addicted, that's not free. Invisible is not seen. Ignored, not heard. Where do these feel in the body? They feel like a punch in the fucking gut. Abandoned, not wanted. Hated, not loved. Sinner, not holy. Or simply not enough. Think about all the things that you can list that you're not. And you can include the list of what other people have told you that you're not, or what you think other people have told you that you're not. Stack them up on top of each other. How high is that fucking pile? Feel how big that is. That, my friend, is your giant. How you're all tied up in knots. And that's why I say the word not is the most powerful. And what we're going to talk about today on the power of not is going to the beginning in my way and how I understand and have worked through some horrible relationships in my life with my parents. And The way I explain it, and this is the best way to explain it, like with my dad is two people and so are yours. They're your parent, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, whoever they are in regards to relationship to you, and all that word and those pictures are, and what the takeaway and positive experience you have from that experience. I think I maybe have one or two positive experiences, really. I have to really milk the ones that I can find, for there are very few. So, but that is my dad. That good person, the one, because I came from him. So fuck, he's got some good stock there somewhere, and so I have to have it, and I find it, and that's what I link to the word dad. All the other things and all the letdowns and the expectation, all the things he was not, I link to the name Roy. So tied up in what he was not. Same thing with my mother, my mom. There are some real fucking kick-ass things that woman has done. She has really set the example in how to be, and I am also a product of how exactly not to be and who she is not. And when she exhibits that woman, that is Sonia. And that person has been through hell, and that person really, really struggled with being a mom and learning how to relate and ask for help and all the things. And there are some things that I've taken from her, both sides, from mom and from Sonia, that I am greatly glad that I have, and also some things that I would like to give. In fact, we actually talked last night. I had sent her a birthday gift. That is also another very long story, but we'll let that one for another time. And my son had videotaped with us to show her how much she enjoyed it, and I'm thankful that the experience went well. My mother made it very difficult for me with any partner that I had, and I swore to my children that no matter who was in their life, that I would make that relationship as comfortable for them as possible, taking the high road with that. And so that means dealing with my mother, and this is how I make it easier for my children and myself. There has been some really interesting shifts lately. I'd say it's a very small shift, and I'm thankful for it. It makes the tension in the entire experience go away. But I am still um, very little contact with her, and I there is a reason I moved 800 miles away, and we'll just again another fabulous podcast episode. In regards to dealing with the knots, a lot of the knots that you have tied up in have come from your parents and who they are not. And that, my friends, is who their name is and who they are as a human. Well, I want to talk to the creator that made the fucking decision. That's funny. Who made the decision regarding fucking. That was funny. Regarding the decision regarding fucking, why they did the pleasure of sex linked with parenthood. Because I'm telling you, a lot of us are the product of bad sex, or maybe even good sex. But the fact that they tie that with procreation is a real big problem for me, because I'm sorry, but there is no magic um chemical that's released during sex that automatically makes you a good fucking parent. Nothing. Nothing. You're supposed to put all of your problems aside. Number one, it's like an IKEA book. There's very little. You can do your best to try to read whatever instructions, but each child comes with its own adaptation of the fucking instruction book. And yet we expect these people, and I don't know if it's the media that's done it to us, that we have this real expectation of this romantic picture of what parents are supposed to be, because I think the major reason we have so much anxiety and depression is because of that fucking expectation. How many people actually grow up in in childhoods where it's good because they had a parent that knew what the fuck they were doing? I'm sorry, hardly any. And I'm one of the products of those. Like, my mom did a really good job because she was a hard worker, and she did her best to make an environment where we ate well. She made my clothes. She did everything she possibly could. But emotionally, she was completely completely empty. And if you look at her life and what she went through, it's, yeah, yeah, she's a Scar Wars champion. Now, okay, so I'm going to date myself here, but Lethal Weapon 3 with Rene Russo and Mel Gibson, I think there was 4 total. In this episode, he actually had a love interest that was a kick-ass like himself. And one of the things that they did in the way of getting their clothes off, they showed the scars that they got taking out other people, taking out bad guys. And she'd lift her shirt and he'd put down his pants, etc., etc. Well, I believe that we're all Scar Wars champions, and sometimes all we do, and like I did for the longest time, was just expose my scars because that's who I was. I was a Scar Wars champion, and you had to know that. And then I would come up against other people that were bigger Scar Wars champions, and my mom trumps me pretty good. So when I think of Sonia and all her bullshit that I've had to deal with as an adult, I'm now at the ripe old age of old enough to grow fucking up, is realizing that she is an empty individual that gave me the best that she could. Does that negate how I feel about what happened? No, no, I have to work through all of that because that's mine. But at the same time, I'm expecting the same grace from my kids because I was an absolute bitch to my kids and a hard ass. And so I want them to be able to see me as a new person and be able to, if they have a negative picture of mom, to see Jax and see that I can be fun to be around and I can be someone that they want to be around. I was talking to my son yesterday about this exact subject, and what came up for me is a different version of the word grow up, because a lot of us grow up physically in regards to we move out of the house when we get to the age of 18, but emotionally and mentally a lot of us are still back home at the same age that we were trapped there with whatever perception and takeaway we have that made us feel that we couldn't fight back, that we were very small and we had no way out. It's time for us to grow up that way. And my first step was realizing that my mom is two different people. And my son experienced that yesterday. He had such a great day with my mom yesterday, and that to me is worth everything, because that to me is the breaking of a generational curse, my friends, because my mom has a very difficult time with relationships, and if she's able to create one with my son, then my son then has a relationship with his grandmother, and then that's something I never had, and that's a gift. Now, has it been difficult for me? Oh fuck, let's just chain breaking is never easy. I'm going to use the word never there. Sometimes it can be really difficult, but watching the healing happen. And so we were talking about that yesterday, and I said, yes, these are the moments, these are the Baba moments, these are fantastic. I want you to milk them, and I want, because you deserve that kind of relationship. You deserve to be loved, you deserve to have fun, you deserve to want to be with this person where they build you up and they make you feel good about yourself, that you feel what love is in practice. Yes, that's a fantastic thing to have. Yes, yes, yes. Then, but if Sonia shows up, then that's when the grown up shows up. That's when Morgan, with all of his skills, like David in episode 2. When we are facing our parents, for me especially, I tell people, and this is how I look at it. If my mom comes to play, which it's now fantastic that I'm seeing smaller and sightings, it's almost like Sasquatch, but they're there. I'm now a believer. So there's sightings of my mom, and when my mom is there, I am giving as much as, and I am treating her with as much love and respect as she deserves, because that lady kicked ass. And so I there's a lot of things from her I can glean and I can learn from. But when Sonia comes, I have lived a long time, and well, I guess in some people I would be ancient, some people I'm just starting. But I have lived long enough, and I have an arsenal of cans, and I have arsenal of skills that I have acquired. And when Sonya comes out, I can use every one of those skills. Distance is one, boundaries, anything I want to do, because I'm the adult. That's the part of growing up. Realizing that who you're dealing with now is another adult, another adult. And when you're frozen around someone else, that's because you're all of a sudden reacting as a child. When in all actuality, the adult needs to come to play. Now, I'm still learning this myself, because I find at times that I freeze, And I'm realizing now that it's okay for the adult to come out. It's okay for the adult to protect the child. That to me is when you become your own adult and you learn to protect yourself, you truly grow up, because then you're no longer dependent on anyone else to save you, protect you, or care for you. You realize that you're fully capable. But if you continue to look at yourself like David, small and slight and of no hope, then no. But there's lots of things that you have mastered. And if you had a really shitty childhood, then you've mastered them on your own already. It can be scary to grow up. I'm in that situation now where I realize that it's time also for me to take care of myself and stop waiting for other people to take care of me. It's exciting to realize that I'm going to move out on my own mentally and emotionally, that I can finally do the things that make my heart happy and what work for me. And it can be a little scary moving out because it's been comfortable being miserable to some degree because I knew what to expect and misery loves company. Now let's recap this episode, shall we? Episode 1, the first word we tackled was huh. HUH. It's the light bulb moment, the little spark that starts every breakthrough, because here's the deal. We can't change a problem with the same thinking that created it. Einstein said it best. If you want to shift your life, it starts with a simple huh. The moment you pause, look at something differently, and open yourself up to a new way of thinking. It's curiosity, it's possibility, and it's where transformation begins. Huh, didn't think of it that way, did you? Next up, we got a little louder, a little bolder, a little more hell yes. The second word was can, CAN. Can is the word that stacks your victories. It's courage in action. Remember David and Goliath? David wasn't the biggest, he wasn't the strongest, but he had the slingshot and some damn good aim, and he knew what he could do, and that's what mattered. We do this thing when we downplay our wins, but I'm telling you, start stacking them. Every single skill, strength, and success you've had in your life, that's ammo, that's your slingshot, and it's time to aim high. You can do this. And now the big one. The last word, NOT. Not. This one is a killer, a dream killer, a confidence killer, a joy killer. We don't even realize how much we use it. I don't want this. I can't do that. He won't show up. This isn't working. And we wonder why we feel stuck, because we're all tied up in knots. Literally, this word blocks everything we want. Think about it. Not smart, aka stupid. Not rich, aka poor. Not loved, aka abandoned. Not enough. Oh, that one stings. Huh. We've been forced on what's not instead of what is, and that stops today. All right, my loves, here's your mission. Drop the knots. For one day, just one, I challenge you to catch every time you say, think, or write the word not. And when you do, flip it, shift it, reframe it. Instead of I'm not successful, try I'm learning how to be. Or in a moment when you have something, you know that you're succeeding. It can be the simple thing as getting a perfect green light, and that I'm the type of person that I have perfect timing. I'm the type of person that things work out for me. I'm the type of person where people pay attention. I'm the type of person that gets treated really well. Flip the script. Instead of I don't know what to do, try I'm figuring it out, because words shape your reality, and your reality, well, it's about to get a whole lot brighter if we stay out of the knots. Well, that's the wrap up of the power trio, huh? Can and not. Curiosity, courage, and clarity. I'm telling you, these three little words, they'll shift your whole damn life. Now go out there, speak with intention, and untangle those knots. Well, my darlings, this is the end of the episode, and I would love to hear what moment you had in either episode 1, 2, or 3. As well, if then you can just contact me on Facebook or Instagram of Just Jax Podcast. Or if you have a little bit more to say, send me an email, justjaxpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to check out my cursive writing curriculum, Crack the Cursive Code, that's where you go, www.crackthecursiveCode.com. And there also is my loser and my forthwith merchandise for sale, as well as a 5-star review wherever you hear this podcast. Appreciate y'all. Love you lots. Have an awesome sauce day. Jax out.